Berries. I've started with the reds that I like, and this was just sticking my, oh, another thing, before I start. I'm going to start down here on one of these that's not important. When I have things, unless I'm in a really good, place, because I painted a whole lot, I like to start somewhere where it's not that important. Because if I mess this one up, you're not going to see this. You're going to be looking up here. So I'm going to start down here, and I like these real rich layers, all this looking stuff, but I didn't paint that orange. So what this means is I've got to come in with a layer of red, let it dry, and then come back in with another deeper layer of red, and I'll probably put a little blue into it when I come back in, because I'll paint around some of these just arbitrarily. I'm not paying a bit of attention to what I'm doing. I'm just knowing that I want some light holes. But this is not a dark enough strawberry. I want them like this. But I can't paint it like this without two passes. So we'll start down here with this one. And so what I'm going to do, that's pretty dirty. So let me just get this clean, and then I'll get me some new water. Okay, so this is going to be my permanent red and some alizarin crimson. I'm going to go ahead and start with that. And maybe I'll put some pink in it. See what that looks like. So I'll come down here, and I'll start here. See those little knots? You can put little knots, because strawberries aren't smooth. I know I'm going to leave this right here, so I'm going to come down, and I'm going to just sort of mop stuff around.
Then paint with water.
Paint with water, and just sort of let it flow. And I want that clean, so I'm going to not go back into that. Then I'll put a little bit more down here. Some of these tips are, light colored. But I use a lot of water. I just use a lot of water and just sort of tiptoe, and you can drop a little bit in and drop a little bit in and see what happens. If you like it, you don't have to go back into it. But I know that I want a light area here. I don't want that. So with that berry, that's my first pass. And I've got a light, and I've got a medium, and I've got a little darker.
And what happens to it if you put the extra dark in at this point?
I can't do anything else to it. I can't adjust it. I can't make it lighter or darker or more prominent or less prominent. The only thing I really go in dark and light is my crystal. Anytime I'm painting glass, and I say I do, But if I go in any darker than this, for me, just for the way I paint, see, I don't want that line right there. Just for the way I paint, I have to, this was wrong because I went in too dark, too heavy, and I lost my glow. See that right there? Yes. Everything else has a nice little look, but I lost the glow there. So, but I'm okay. I like the way my hand felt. I like the way, stick your finger. It doesn't make any difference what you're painting with. So I think I'm going to start now with, this one. So I come in here with some darks, and this is wonderful when you have mask. In here with some dark in the middle. I'm being real careful to have a sharp line on these three facets. These three facets are what people look at and say, oh, that's pretty. It's supposed to be the berries, but it's not. Okay, I'm clean. See, I'm like Bob. Where's Bob?
I'm right here.
You said you waste paint? I had all that paint on my brush, and then I just swished it out. So I'm just going to sort of mop it around.
Sometimes I do. I stick the brush, and I say, no, why did I do that?
Yeah. Dry it off a little bit. Just go back into my paints. Okay. I'll come up here. I'll put some up here and drag it around a little bit. That's not dark enough. Because this is one, see, that's going to be a pretty one, and this is going to be a pretty one.
I thought all of them looked pretty.
Oops. I want that red off the brush. I don't like that red in there. This is enough of a light spot here that when I come back the second time, I'll go ahead and round it a little bit. But when I come back the second time, this will still be light. And I'll make I'll make my little orange seeds prettier. I don't like that up there. Okay, I'm gonna come over on this side. I'm gonna start in the middle because that's where it was heavy.